This is not real. This is not real. This is not real. This isn't happening. Kate, tell me this isn't really happening.
I hear there's something you don't like the looks of.
We discovered a very large comet.
Oh, good for you.
It's headed directly towards Earth.
Hi, I'm Mari from CNN Brazil. It's actually a dream to talk to you both. The movie is brilliant and it's very funny. My first question is for Meryl. So the United States has never had a female president elected. So you play the president in the movie. How was the preparation to do this?
Well, the preparation was mostly in the look, but which took hours to put it together, because that's what this president cares about, is how she presents, her poll numbers, how she comes off. But she's a preposterous figure because honestly, we'll never elect a woman president who's allowed to have boyfriends and peccadillos and all sorts of, that's just never going to happen. Maybe we'll have a woman president, but she won't get away with having sex with everybody that she appoints to the Supreme Court. but no, it was great fun to play the unbridled id of a person who's just only about herself. It's really kind of fun.
This comet is what we call a planet killer.
At this exact moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess?
Sit tight.
And then assess. The sit tight part comes first, then you got to digest it. That's the assessment period.
Yeah, so Leo, oh my God, can I call you Leo?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay. So the movie is very funny, but at the same time, it speaks of extremely serious matters. So how much of the story is really fiction and how much can be related to reality?
It can absolutely be related to reality. That's what attracted me, not only to the story, but the character, who I compared to a lot of great climate scientists, or he's almost a Fauci-esque kind of scientist that's trying to communicate the importance of this issue to the entire world, but it becomes a political issue, and there's different factions of people that believe different things. And after having met with climate scientists, which are 99.9% of the scientific community that agree that we're contributing to the climate crisis, that the fact that there's still an argument about this character was really sort of an homage to those people who have been devoting their lives to trying to communicate this issue and waiting desperately for us to take it seriously and for major transformation to happen. So I jumped at the opportunity to be able to play a character like this and to tell a story that really is about the climate crisis, but that has urgency to it. And that's what Adam McKay did so brilliantly in creating a dark comedy about a comet hitting planet Earth and nobody taking action.
There it is! A giant comet hurling its way towards Earth! Can you see it?
My last question for both of you, actually. Are we looking up today?
Not yet. Not yet. We're not looking up yet. But we're all doing what we can.
Mm-hmm.
Leo is certainly in the forefront of this movement. There are many, many people. Greta Thunberg, Al Gore, the list of John Doerr, who's written an amazing book called Speed and Scale, which has a plan for how to mitigate this disaster. There are a lot of people who are putting themselves on the line and risking ridicule, but the rest of us are just risking annihilation by not paying attention to them.
I'd say we are looking up. As Meryl just mentioned, there's a lot of solutions out there. It's about the speed and the scale in which we implement that. And we're waiting, that's where we as voters can come into play, use our voice to support leaders that care about our planet. And, there's major organizations out there that are trying to transform things in a very profound way, but the time clock is ticking and we are literally running out of time. We have to listen to the scientific community. They have given us a time frame. They have told us the repercussions of what will happen if we don't take action. So we have to listen to them.
Mm-hmm.
Our guests today have made a pretty big discovery in space.
How big is this thing, though? Like, can it destroy my ex-wife's house? Is that possible?
There's a 100% chance that we're all going to die.
My name is Mari. I'm from CNN Brazil. Hi, Tyler. Nice to meet you. Congratulations. The film
Thank you, Mari.
is brilliant. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
It's very funny. So you play the host of a morning TV show, Jack. And how was your preparation to play that character?
You know, I've done a lot of morning shows here in America, so I had a pretty good idea of what I was walking into. But I did make a couple of phone calls to a couple of people here who sit at the desk every morning to get that perspective. So I reached out to them and I got a better idea of what I was walking into.
And there's a scene when you receive the characters from DiCaprio and Jennifer Lawrence to hear that the world will end. And you say you like to lighten up bad news. So how was it for you to do that scene? Because it's so much more than bad news. It's the end of the world, right?
Yeah, but I think that Jack is a bit of a dork and he never takes anything too seriously. And I think that he's probably had many, many people on the show who have had outlandish stories over the years. So he doesn't really know if it's serious or not.
And the movie makes us think about the reality, right? So how much of the story is really fiction and how much can be actually related to reality?
Unfortunately, most of it could be real in this day and age. If you look just last week, I think NASA was sending a rocket to knock an asteroid off its course. And there's a huge asteroid that's planning to pass Earth. The size of a football field is planning to pass Earth, I think, in the next few weeks. So there is very much reality to this. Remember, there were dinosaurs on the planet once. So it's scary, it's sobering, it's shocking, but I hope it never, ever becomes a reality.
And my last question is actually, do you think, are we looking up today in the world?
No, I think we're all looking down at our phones. We're looking down at our tablets. No one's looking up. And that's why I love the title of this movie so much, because I'm hoping, and Ariana's song is called Look Up. So I'm hoping that more and more people will start to look up rather than looking down at what we're being fed to believe and open our eyes to what's really happening.
Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations again. You're brilliant. It was nice to talk to you.
Thank you. Pleasure. Very much. Thank you.
They don't do that. The CIA does, but I made them do it.
You know, I had a feeling.
It's a good feeling because that is what I did and it was very funny and cool.